Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Winks here with another Disgaea video. If you want to know how to unlock the land of Carnage, then stick around to the end of the video.
Impossible, dude!
Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. First off, I just want to thank you for stopping by and checking the video out. I want to thank all my recent subscribers, for all of you that have been liking and subscribing and commenting on my videos. This is a personal thank you from me to you. Also, for those of you that have been following the content and watching these Disgaea videos, just wanted to remind you that we're coming up to the end of our giveaway that we talked about on the reincarnation video. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and go check it out now. And today's video, we're going to be talking about what you need to do to unlock the Carnage Dimension. So we're going to jump right into that. It wouldn't be fair for me to have been posting all this content on maxing your stats without first addressing how you get to that point. And those viewers that are not to that point, well, you're in luck because this video is for you. So there's a few things that you got to do. As always on Disgaea, there's always a series of steps that you have to do in order to get to a certain point. And today we're discussing how do you unlock the land of Carnage. So for that, there's also a few steps that you have to take in order to unlock the land of Carnage. Now again, those of you that have been watching my videos, I do apologize if these videos run a little long, but you already know that if it does run long, I'm going to post the timestamps in the link below. That way you can get straight to the content. So I'm going to try and not leave anything out, but you know as well as I do that this game is very detailed and there's a lot of information. So the first thing you got to do when you're trying to unlock the land of Carnage, once you beat the main story, right, which is this guy right here, the Dimension Guide, and I think there's 15 chapters to this main storyline. We can go through and count, you know, whatever. But the last one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is probably Dragon Fang. Maybe it's Dark Testament. I'm not sure. I think there's 15 in total. So when you're going through here, you know, you should be able to count all the way down to 15. That should be your last one, right? So once you do that, you're technically not done, right? Because ultimately what you're gonna want to end up with is this right here, which is Goldion as your guide for the Carnage Dimension. And
choose a destination.
And basically all he is this is just another menu to get the same levels that you already had, except the Carnage versions, and they are just more difficult to beat. The stats of the enemies on these maps are basically the same enemies, except they have higher stats, which helps you towards maxing your stats. So you'll have to forgive me because I've already done a lot of this, so some of this I can't show you on the screen. And I've played this game for about 300, close to 300 hours. If you look down in that bottom right corner, you'll see exactly how long I've been playing this game. So some of this I've already done and you won't see it on the screen, but we're still going to talk about it. And you should be able to do it the same exact way. So a lot of this is going to be in your strategy assembly. You're going to want to look here periodically because you're going to pass some bills. And I'm going to talk about some of the stuff, and it's all, you know, I'm going to be referencing stuff that's listed in here. So we're going to be coming back to this periodically. But the first thing you want to do is you want to unlock Majorita, right? And I've already unlocked her. You'll see her here on the screen. I've already started to work on maxing her stats. I haven't finished it, but I've started working on it. She's the first thing you got to do. After you beat the main story, you have to recruit Majorita. There's 4 quests that you have to do after that story, and she's one of them. Just to give you a bonus tip, she is very difficult to beat, and what I had to do is you're gonna need a mage. You need to come here to the special skill experience and turn that up. Take that mage and go farm whatever map you want to. Just kill enemies over and over again until you get those abilities all the way up to their max to increase the range of it. And what you want is that mage and like a fire attack or whatever ability is the strongest for you. Because when you go fight Majorita, you can use that mage to attack her from the edge of the map. You want his distance maxed all the way out because he's going to be crucial to killing Majorita, right? So that's just a tip for beating Majorita. The next thing you're going to do, and again, there should be some kind of build or something in here. After you've beaten Majorita and you've unlocked her, the next step, there will be another quest that comes up where you recruit Void. And I've also recruited him. He's in here also. There he is. And it's going to be like four quests you got to do. And you beat those and you unlock him, right? The next thing you want to do is you want to go here to the research. Netherworld Research, I guess is what it's called. And you're going to want to send out, so you see how it says, where's the levels? So you see the ranks here. Let me go down to the bottom. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to send people out on these expeditions, and you're going to want them to complete a level 39 quest on here. And that'll unlock a quest that has level 1800 enemies for you to beat. And then once you finish that, you go on to the next step. But this is one of those steps. The next thing you got to do, which is what I'm going to demonstrate in today's video, is you got to beat an item god. And that will unlock a quest that has enemies at the level of 2500, I think. So I'm going to show you what an item god is. There's two separate times, basically, that you're going to want to remember this when it comes to an item god. One is when you're unlocking the Carnage Dimension, which I'm about to show you. And two is when you're looking for legendary weapons. I'm going to make a separate video for the legendary weapons, but the concept's going to be the same, right? So what you're going to want to do to find the item god is they're always at level 100, right?
Shall we go?
And just for the sake of beating them on this one, let me make sure the difficulty's turned all the way down before we do this, because you're probably going to have a hard time doing it when you first start out. So let's go ahead and cut this all the way down. But I'm going to show you how to do it.
The item world's
And it doesn't matter
surprises.
which item it is. In this case, it doesn't matter if it's a regular item or a Carnage item. So hopefully I have something that's not a Carnage item. So what you're going to do right here is, you see we're on level, floor 1. We're going to go into this item, right? And you just have to get to level 100 to kill this item god. So what I recommend is, hopefully you have been farming your divers in the alchemy squad. And if you haven't, you should probably start doing that now. But you're basically just going to call a character out.
No way!
And then you're going to use your item, right? You're going to find your divers. There's diver 10. We're just going to dive. And we're just going to keep repeating this process over and over again until we get to the item god. It should only take about 9 or 10. So you see already, just from that one diver, I'm on floor 11. Now, just to warn you, I may cut some of this out to shorten the length of the video, and I'll just leave in the end part, the end result, but it's going to be the same thing at the end. I'm taking the item. We're going to dive into it. We're going to floor 21 now. Rinse and repeat. Alright, so here we are at level 96. So all I did was I used some diver 10s until I got to 91, and then I used a diver 5 to get me on 96. Now just keep a mental note when you're using those divers. You don't want to dive beyond level 100 because you'll miss the item god. So I usually stop short about 96, and then I just wipe the next 4 levels out until I get to it. So that's what I'm going to do here.
I shall
So
go.
I'm going to bring a couple characters out. We're going to try and run through this as quick as possible. But I want you to be able to see what it's like when you get to the item god. So go ahead and use her. And these characters are pretty weak, so it shouldn't take much.
Dude!
There you go. Moving to the next one. We are now on level 97, I think. 96, I'm not sure. 97. We're trying to get to 100.
I shall go.
Because that's where the item god is.
My eyelids are getting heavy.
So we're going know, just keep doing the same thing. Just keep wiping these characters out. Going to 98. And when we get to level 100, I'll show you the item guide and what you're supposed to be looking for.
I shall go.
And they're skipping all these cutscenes. For time's sake.
Come on.
This is just a bonus room. You can keep them, but you can go through some of them and do them, but I'm not going to this time.
My eyelids are getting heavy. I shall go.
Because I'm literally just trying to show you how to get to the item god.
Impossible! Come on. Come on.
Alright, floor 100. This is a bonus room, so the next one's going to have the item god. Alright, here we are. So it says boss at the top. So when I go over here and I hover over this, it says item god. You see that on the screen, right under the class? We want to kill that. Being level 7, this should be pretty easy. I'm just going to do the same thing that I've been doing.
My eyelids are getting
I'm
heavy.
going to use that
I shall
land
go.
decimator. Defeated item god. Look at that. And now what we're gonna do, well, I guess I gotta end the turn.
Come on. My eyelids are getting heavy. I shall go.
He must be on some, what's he on? Oh, he's on invincible. Okay, we'll fix that.
How's that? Come on, hurry.
He'll die now. And there you have it. You can go back to Innocent Town, then just leave Innocent World. Or, Item World. So, this is a good time to bring up. You see where it says Netherworld Research is complete? You want to be doing that while you're doing all this other stuff to get that level 39 world, you know, in order to unlock the Carnage Dimension. So you can do that simultaneously while you're doing all this other stuff. So, once you do that, once you have defeated the item god in the item world, that's one of the steps of the many to get the land of Carnage. Another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Chara world.
Do it. Now go.
And you're going to defeat, or beat, I guess. You're going to go through this with any character that you can on the Overlord setting, level 800. And if I remember correctly, I think that's about the time that I unlocked Goldion, his side quest. And then once you do that, the enemies, I think, are around level 3000. You're going to want to defeat all those quests. That's just another part of this. And I believe at the end of that, you'll get Goldion. So at the end of it, you should have Majorita, Void, and Goldion, all three unlocked as playable characters. And then, after you do that, there should be another map, or another bill that unlocks a map that brings up, and I think there's a bill for all four of these characters, and I don't remember the exact names of them, but again, you're going to come back here to the strategy assembly and look for them. There'll be another one that pops up that has Asagi on it, and that looks like...
Where would you like to go, dude?
I think the one for Majorita is called Restore Toto Bunny. Phantom Copies is Asagi, so once you get that, the bill I think is called Phantom Copies or something like that. That's going to unlock this map, and then you're going to have to do Double Fake. I think Possessed by Heart is Void's, I'm not sure. But Restore Toto Bunny, I believe, Maybe it's not in here. But it has something to do with Toto Bunny. That's Majoritas. And then on the fourth one, once you do all three of those, you're gonna have this last one that pops up. And I'm trying to find it. I think it's called the Carnage Dimension. Yeah, and then it's Overture of Downfall, which has this Carnage Prinny in it. Now, before we do that, there's a trick to beating this too, where you can actually beat him easily. I know he's very difficult when you haven't unlocked the Land of Carnage yet and you're trying to beat him, but there is a cheap trick that you can use to beat him, just to get you past this point and come do it the right way later on. So, last week I did a video with some Prinnies, which I didn't actually save from that point. But that's fine, because that allows me to show you what to do here with this Prinny. So because the trick is, what you can do is you can go there, and once you beat him, he gives you a unique Evilty for whatever character lands the killing blow on him. And there is an easy way to beat him. So we're gonna go there, and I'm gonna show you the quick way to do that real quick. All you gotta do to beat him, if you can get close enough, because when you first do this, you're gonna be weaker than these guys right here. Because if you look at their stats are really high. Once you get past them, it's kind of a joke, but in the beginning, it's very difficult. You can just throw a Prinny on him, another Prinny, and it'll explode and kill him instantly. It doesn't matter what his stats are, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to bring out my monster bait to keep all those other bosses from killing the Prinny, which that's Sicily. I'll bring her over here and make her defend. And then I'm going to bring out Goldie on because he has the longest throwing distance. Hopefully you have better organization with your characters than I do, because I spend a lot of time just looking for characters because I have so many.
Do you need my power?
So I'm going to bring him out. And then I'm going to bring one of those Prinnies out. And I'm not going to do this whole battle. I just want to show you how this works. I'm going to bring this Prinny out. Bring him right there. In turn. They'll all come down. They're attacking her because she has a trait on her that draws enemy fire, basically. I'm gonna give it one more turn and let him get a little closer. Now he's close enough. And you see they're all attacking her, except for him. So what you do is you pick him up, and then you just throw him.
Impossible, dude!
And he's gone, just like that. You saw it for yourself. So when you're going through and you're doing this, that's the easy way to beat him. Just create a Prinny, level 1 Prinny, keep him alive long enough to get next to him, and just throw it at him. He's dead. It's a cheap trick, I know. You will not get the unique Evilty for that, but it'll get you to the Carnage Dimension. That way you can start leveling your characters up the way I've been showing you in some of these other videos. And you can come back later on and get those unique Evilties. And in case you didn't know, you can get up to, this game will allow you to get up to 5 unique Evilties on each character total. And I'll show you that with Killia here. So you see right there at the top, I have 5 total unique Evilties with him. And the key to unlocking one of those is beating that Prinny that I just showed you. I'll make another video on that too, because there's a series of steps for that also, but just so you know, you can get up to 5. So another thing that you want to make sure that you've done is you want to come here through the normal dimension guide.
Where would you like to go, dude?
And you want to make sure that you've passed all the bills to unlock all the martial trainings and completed all of those as well. Once you've done all these steps, you've beaten all 4 of those side quests, you should get a bill that's called Fight Stronger Enemies in the assembly down here. And once you get that bill, you should have unlocked the Carnage Dimension. But I will also tell you that from what I found online and me trying to do this, I don't remember if that was enough or not, because one of the things that I had to do that I think actually helped is this quest shop right here. There's 2 quests in here that have a reward for HL. And you go and you look at the reward at the bottom there, which you can't see it because my head's in the way, but every one of them has a reward. There's 2 of them that reward a massive amount of HL. One's like 2.5 million and the other one's like 4 million or something like that. I believe those also help to unlock the Carnage Dimension, if I remember correctly. So if you've done all those previous 4 steps and it still hasn't unlocked, do these 2 quests here too, and that should do it. Other than that, that's how you unlock the Carnage Dimension. So if you've liked the content, go ahead and like and subscribe. Just as a reminder, the end date for the giveaway is coming up. But don't worry, if you missed this one, after I select a winner, I'm going to start another one soon. So just go ahead and make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you never miss out on any content. And thanks for watching.